Alrighty, good morning everyone, and welcome to the DSP Morning Show. It is Tuesday, the 27th of January, 2026. I'm DSP. How's everyone doing this morning? I hope you're all healthy, happy, and ready to chill. I know I am. What's up, what's up? Alright, good day coming up today. A good day of variety and fun here on the channel. Yet another experiment. I know we've been doing a ton of these experimental style streams recently, right? A lot of things I've been doing that wouldn't necessarily be something normal. That would be like a full playthrough or something like that. Shuffling different streams around, different ideas, different kinds of content, correct? So today, the experiment is actually putting Street Fighter 6 as a daytime stream to see if it'll actually work as a day stream, 3+ hours of Street Fighter 6 content, as opposed to just doing it as a quick, 2-hour late night stream. And I hope that it works because you guys have wanted more content in Street Fighter 6 that I can't really put out in only 2-hour segments. For example, you've been saying you want new characters. I'm like, well, that's great. I'll play a new character. Sure, why not? But the thing is, when you play with a new character in any fighting game, it's not just that simple. You have to practice. You have to try and learn new things, right? You have to mess around and go through trials, go through training mode / if there's any kind of tutorial levels where you learn the basics, but also you go through challenges to learn the basic bread and butter combos and strategies with that character. So you need some kind of offline training. Then you go online and you got to do player matches or casual matches until you learn the ropes. Once you kind of understand the strategies of what you're supposed to do with a new character, then you can go to ranked, and you can do your ranked placements, and you can see if you could do well with them or not. But you have to go through all of that other stuff first, and it takes time. Like, no exaggeration, if I tried to do that on a late stream, we probably would barely even finish with the offline stuff, just barely get online, and we'd be out of time. So that's why I wanted to give it a good go on a daytime stream where we have the time to do it. Of course, the question is, how's that going to go? I'm not sure if people are going to show up and hang out and support today, or if people will be here and be like, oh, he's playing offline, and then run for the hills, or, be like, oh, he's not good with this character. Well, yeah, I'm not yet. I'm just learning him. I'm just starting off. So how on earth would I be good with him until I have a chance to play and learn it, right? So it could go either way. And the thing is, today, as I play, all right, and we see how this stream does, this is going to determine how I play Street Fighter 6 moving forward, meaning next week, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Next week, I have a lot of open time on my streams, and here's why. Just in the last week alone, we beat Pokemon Legends ZA, we beat Clair Obscur, so that was 2 major gameplay playthroughs in the rotation that are completely done. We wrapped up we wrapped up Arc Raiders because there's really nothing else that's really that interesting in the game left to do besides maybe team up with people or go PvP, and I'm not really too interested in that stuff. So we got 3 major things that were all daytime streams that are all done. And because of that, now we have gaps in the schedule. And what we've been doing is the experimental streams to see what works and what doesn't. We tried High Guard. That did not work, let's be honest. High Guard is not a very good game. Huge disappointment. What a mid game that literally does not need to exist. I mean, really, really sad, right? And then we have a lot of these indie games that we've been playing, like Dredge, or Terminator 2D No Fate, or Sharks and Minnows, right? And they're all good, and those are good for, like, late-night chill streams. But, for example, I wouldn't be putting Sharks and Minnows as a 3+ hour daytime stream. I don't even know if Sharks and Minnows is 3 hours long. You see? So what we need to do is try to figure out for next week, until we start getting into new releases for February, which are coming, what we're going to do as daytime streams. For the record, in February, we've got games such as the Dragon Quest VII Remake. There's a couple around February 10th. One's called Crizzle, which is a PC horror game that's first-person action. There's also one that's called Mugenics. That's a really weird game where you're, like, making mutated pets, and it's a really bizarre game that we may give a shot just to see if it's any good, because, again, this year, my goal is to try a big variety of stuff to see what works and what doesn't, because I've always missed out on these kind of smaller scale games, and now is my chance finally to kind of take advantage and try them out, right? And so, what we need to figure out is for next week what to do. And I was thinking, hey, maybe next week, all right, we could alternate between Hollow Knight and some Street Fighter, like some heavy Street Fighter coverage next week, where maybe I can play a lot of Sagat, but then we can maybe either go and try Sea Viper, or we could just kind of hone in on the characters that I'm good with now, like try to get higher master rankings with characters like Dalzim or Blanca. You know, Honda, surprisingly enough, you may not realize this because even I really didn't after the other night, I did good with Honda. Were you aware of that? It seemed to me like I was losing a lot more than I was winning. I was wrong. Here's the actual stats for me playing E-Honda on Friday Night Fights. Are you ready? 30 wins, 23 losses, a 56% win rate, and I ended up gaining about a net 48 points. I actually gained 56 master points, but I had lost a few when I started, and then I gained them back. I ended up at 1548. And so playing, I actually did do well with Honda. I won more than I lost, and I gained master points. It didn't feel like that, right? Like, I felt like it was an uphill climb, a big frustrating stream, because I do feel like Honda, again, being mid to low tier, doesn't have the advantages he needs to beat certain characters. Like Cammy Rushdown, I have no clue how Honda's supposed to beat it, because really, she just keeps attacking, and he can't do anything about it. Like, what's he going to do? Block the whole round? Like, when's his turn to attack? I still don't know. So, I feel like if I do focus in on Street Fighter more for like a week, right? Maybe I could get better. Maybe we could level up some of my characters and get them to a higher master ranking or something like that. I'm not sure. But I think it would be a fun thing to try next week. But that's really up to you, because we got to see how things go. Like today, if this Sagat stream does well. Excuse me, I got the drip today. It's bothering me. Today, if this Sagat stream goes well, then I would say, oh, good. Now I have some confidence that next week maybe we could do a daytime stream or two of Street Fighter 6 and it'll do well and we could do that. But maybe not. So let's see how today goes. If you're here to chill and have a good time with Street Fighter 6, you're in the right place. Please hang out, engage, and support this stream. Let's make this stream a big success. Then I could be like, okay, next week, let's do a whole bunch of ranked matches and stuff in the game, and let's see how we do, okay? So there you go. Yeah, next week's a weird week. Next week is a 7-day streaming week. The end of the week, we're doing a marathon. It's actually Friday, February 6th. I'll be doing a marathon, and in light of the Seattle Seahawks, my local American football team, now going to be in the Super Bowl for the first time in a decade, I'm actually going to be having some Super Bowl-themed stuff. Like, I'll be wearing American football jerseys again. We're going to have red and green colors for the Seahawks. And I was talking with my wife about this, okay? We might do healthy tailgating food. Like, she might make healthy nachos or like a healthy turkey burger, and that's what I have for food during this marathon, as opposed to, you know, ordering terrible food from some restaurant that's going to end up being, you know, American unhealthy slop with tons of cheese and oils, that she would make like healthier alternatives to that stuff. And it would be pretty cool. Did I say red and green? Red and green for Seahawks is crazy. They're blue and green. Did I say, if I said red and green, I said the wrong colors. The Seahawks are blue and green, for the record. So I could do like blue and green lighting that we could do during the day and stuff like that, okay? So as for the idea for the day, it would basically be a day of just casualized gaming, nothing too crazy or special. If you guys wanted me to specifically play certain games, we could do that, or we could just experiment with games off of Steam and try new games as well and see if they're any good. I want to have some drinks that day. I actually still have the Cutwaters that I haven't had a single one since we stopped playing Truck Sim. I'm probably going to get some liquor too, because I have 2 days off coming up this week, and when I go out with my wife, we'll probably go to the liquor store and see what's there, see if there's something special or something I can get for the marathon. So it should be kind of a fun hybrid. Yes, there'll be American football involved, but I'm not really a Seahawks fan. So yeah, we'll joke about that, and we'll have colors and stuff, and maybe some food, but we'll probably have a lot more variety when this marathon happens. Again, on Friday, February 6th. Mark your calendars. What are we even calling it? I don't even know. What do we call it? I don't know what we call this marathon, because it's more of a casual marathon. It doesn't have like a distinct a theme this time. I think we'll do one in early March that will have a theme. Okay? So, all right, anyway. So, next week will be interesting. It's going to be a variety of stuff. We're going to finish up the Lego build. We're going to have Hollow Knight. We're probably going to be playing more indie games on the night streams, probably continuing on with games like perhaps Dredge. Maybe I'll finish Sharks and Minnows. If we didn't finish with Terminator 2D, we'll do that. We're definitely going to have some more RimWorld, and I hope RimWorld gets better because remember I said attendance has been dwindling and support has also been going down, so I hope that changes. I would like, obviously, to see RimWorld stay in the rotation because I like it, but what can I do? I've been playing it for a month, and usually attendance and attention does fall off. That you can't really do much with. The DSP's Casual Marathon of Doom. The Seahawks Super Duper Super Bowl Marathon Spectacular. Yeah, but I'm not even going to be playing a football game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to play Madden. I don't want to play Madden. I'd much rather just try a whole bunch of random stuff and have fun with you guys and have no pressure during the course of the day. When are we going to try Obra Dinn? Good question. We could try Obra Dinn at some point. I forgot about it, to be honest with you. I totally forgot to put it into a poll. But I own it. Maybe that's a game that Obra Dinn game. If you have never seen it, this game is about, I guess, a bunch of like sailors. And it has like a mystery horror aspect. It's kind of like it's almost like a point and click adventure, but it has these weird, unique graphics that look like it's on an old school Game Boy. It's hard to explain unless you see it in action. But I own it. Someone donated it. So, maybe we would try that out during the marathon as one of the games that we explore. Something different, right? That would be cool. In fact, I think what I'll do, I'll start making a list of games that we want to try during the marathon. Marathon game ideas. And that Obra Dinn game definitely is one that I would consider, for sure. Because we already own it and everything. I might just give it a try. Exactly. Grandmaster Scrub says it can be a total game tryout day, total variety day, take a break to work on Lego Mario. Oh no, we're finishing Lego Mario very soon. Tomorrow's daytime stream is the Lego Mario build again, and then I'm going to do it again on Saturday night to finish it, because I want that to be my background for February. So if I don't finish it, how would I have it for the background, you see? So we're going to get that done Saturday night so that we can have it here next to the frame, and I'll have probably a new sign. So I'll have a sign, the frame, and the Lego Mario all there in the backdrop for February. That's going to be my background. Now, Eddie says, what about Dark Souls? We could. The thing is, to get Dark Souls working the way that you guys want, it has mods, and mods can get complicated. Mods can have an issue where they don't work right away. They're not easy to set up. I know because I've done them before, and it wasn't easy to set up, and we had constant problems. And I don't know if we're going to have enough time to play through the whole thing, because we basically have 1 week where we're going to have some random stuff, and then basically that Thursday, February 5th, is the release of Dragon Quest VII Remake or Remastered or Reimagined, whatever it's called. And then that Friday's the marathon. And then the week after, there's multiple games coming out. So we're going to have new stuff in the rotation once we hit around mid-February, you see? So honestly, like 1 week really wouldn't be enough to play through a Dark Souls game. So I don't know if it's worth the time and effort to try to get mods working with it in that short of a time frame. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be here Saturday, Jade? He says Saturday's the Royal Rumble. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. I'm not doing Street Fighter Saturday anyway. Saturday we'll be doing Hollow Knight, and we'll be doing the conclusion of the Lego build. Right. Cool. Oh yeah. So, big announcement. Tomorrow morning, on this very DSP morning show, I'm going to be doing my Game of the Year awards. It's going to be very, very informal and casualized this year. Meaning I'm not even going to, make it a special video or anything. It's just going to be a segment and a short segment in the DSP morning show. Reason being, number one, when I did the Disappointing Games Countdown and I set it up as a special event and everything, it didn't work. I actually did worse that stream than I would have done if I had just done a gameplay stream. And the video on demand only got around 3,000 views. So it really wasn't worth the amount of effort and everything that I put into it. In this case, I have 8 games that I liked in 2025 that I just want to casually talk about for a few minutes each. And that's really it. It's going to be like a segment. And I may or may not even have gameplay footage that I show you of each game. You know, you can just find the games on the channel. You know, I did playthroughs of them. The reason I'm really doing it, honestly, is because there's a few longtime fans who have been contacting me behind the scenes, or some of them have been tweeting me, and they're like, hey, you know, you're not doing Game of the Year awards this year. What happened? It's like, well, there really isn't demand anymore. To be honest, you know what games I liked in 2025 if you're a fan. You watched them, right? So no one really cares that much about DSP's Game of the Year awards countdown anymore. People just want to come hang out with me on a stream. So that's why I haven't really focused on it or really cared, but now I'm starting to get people nudging me like, hey, Phil, you forgot to do it. Phil, are you going to do it? You said you were going to do it. I'm like, all right, I guess we'll do it. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. It's not a big deal to me, and it doesn't seem to be a big deal to many people, but I get it's fine. We can do it as a topic tomorrow and just get it out of the way to say that I've done it, and people will have that frame of reference, okay? Okay, so good morning, everybody. That was a heck of an opening, 15 minutes. Who's here today? We've got Cabal, Nothing Here, Wow Diumu, what a name. Fed Roger, Brian is here, Copium is here, Norwood. Who else? Geck, Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. Jade is here, of course. We have CD, how you doing? Game Boy, how are you this morning? Who else we got? That one, Lalafell. Grandmaster Scrub is here. Space Jam Fan is here. Chaos Goblin D's Nuts is here. Pizza Time and Pikachu and War and Peace and more. On the kick side, we got Eddie Chill. The King Chud. Wow, what a nice name. Ethan Ralph Enjoyer. Lavinia. Who else do we got? A humble water filter salesman. Starboy, Billy Booer. Good stuff. How y'all doing today? Loose Epoxy is here. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you all are ready for fun and Sagat, because I need to learn this character. I think, number one, learning Sagat will help me face Sagat when I play against him in the game. But number two, obviously a new character in my repertoire, the first new one in over a year. The last time I played a character was, Mai? And she was very early 2025, right? I can't remember exactly when Mai Shiranui was released, but I'm pretty sure it was early 2025. And she's remained for a year. She's remained top tier. Everyone says she's like the best character, hands down. Very unfair, actually. People say she's not balanced and she's brokenly good. I tend to believe it because I played her, and I went to master like instantly. Like it was like no challenge at all. I just instantly went to master with no problems. Oh yeah. Yako Mighty says Sagat's really fun to play. Looking forward to the gameplay today. Sounds good. Satan, what's up? Good morning. Lavinia says Kenshi for the marathon. Maybe. I have it. We downloaded it. So I could play Kenshi if you guys are interested. Cool. Marvel Snap? I don't know what that is. Marvel Snap? What is that? Never really... didn't hear about it. Marvel Snap. Wasn't that like a mobile game? Like years ago? Like years ago. I don't think that's a new game or anything, right? Did I like how Sea Viper played in Street Fighter 4? She's definitely unique. She was one of the characters that played very different from the most of the cast because she was a new character, and they tried to do like a new archetype of gameplay. You know, you try to sneak in, you counter hit with the ground pound, and you can do a big air juggle combo. You mix up with her flame kick crossover. And she could do a couple safe hit strings. It was like punch and then the lightning knuckle and punch the lightning knuckle again. And it was like completely safe, and you had to block it or else, you know, you get baited into it or whatever. I remember I played with her. I don't know how much I liked her. I remember I used her, though. So I have no idea how she plays in this one, because this one's all about Drive Rush. I don't know how effective her moveset would be with Drive Rush implemented. Code Vein 2 has not reviewed well. 6 out of 10 by IGN. I have zero interest in Code Vein 2. Code Vein 1, number 1, okay, was a game that we played the beta. I was interested in it. We played the beta. No one liked the beta. Everyone said the beta was too repetitive and boring, and it was such a lame attempt to emulate Dark Souls that I said, okay, we're going to skip the main game. Then here's what happened. When the main game was going to come out, all the advertising heavily emphasized large-breasted anime women, okay? Like, it was just all over the advertising. So what happened was people were like, you see, if we can convince Phil to play this game, then that'll be in this content all the time. We can talk about it all the time, and you bring it up. So all people wanted was to try to make it a playthrough that was like an uncomfortable playthrough because it was over-sexualized. Now, we already didn't like the game. We had played the beta, and no one liked it. So all of a sudden, everyone's attitude flips from, we hate this game, it's boring, to, boobies, boobies. So I said I'm not playing it, and it became a running meme to try to get Phil to play Code Vein, okay? Well, for the record, all those years, no, I still haven't played it. It's still not a good game. I'm not going to waste time on it, okay? So now the sequel has come out. Gee, what do you think the sequel's going to be? Do you think that they've revolutionized the formula and made a completely original game with all these new gameplay mechanics, groundbreaking world design, and everything is... No, it's the same game. It's the same game again. What a surprise. It's made for the weebs. 100%. This is the game that if you're a Gooner weeb and you love Dark Souls, you're going to buy this game. So that's exactly what Code Vein 2 is. I have zero interest in it. I'm already not playing Souls-likes outside of those that are like the more prominent ones. Like, I don't even think I'm going to play Nioh 3. I seriously don't even think I'm going to play Nioh 3 because I'm just not interested in these Souls-likes anymore. I'm tired of them, honestly. And I just don't get any entertainment value playing them. I just want to wait for the real games to come out. Like, if there's a new Elden Ring or a new Dark Souls or a new game from FromSoft, like FromSoft is working on this Bloodborne-esque game that's going to be on Switch 2 or whatever, that I'm interested in. Or if there's a really high-profile one that stands out for some reason, I'm not playing Weeb Souls 2. I don't have time for that crap. I'd much rather play 20 indie games that we do one stream of than play Code Vein 2. There's no point, okay? Oh, by the way, Zixto, thank you so much. 35 months as a member, and he says the learning curve of a new character takes some time. That's right. When you have a new character in a fighting game, you have to give it the time. If you just jump right online, you're going to get spanked, and you're going to have a really hard time learning. You need to learn the basics first, and then you can jump into a competitive realm. You don't want to just jump right in and get your butt slapped, you know? There's no point to that. You're just going to take licks and never learn anything. Well, thank you so much to a buttfuck McAssface who just gifted our first membership of the day, and that is actually our first support of the day. Thank you for that. Let's get that on the leaderboard. It hasn't been handed out yet, which is why there's no pop-up. Thank you for the first support of the day. So if you guys are here to enjoy my company and also to stick around for Street Fighter goodness, please support today's stream. Like I said, this is an experiment to see if playing Street Fighter as a daytime stream will work. Because I'd like to do more Street Fighter daytime streams next week and do more gameplay and level up and maybe get some characters to a higher master or whatever. But I need your feedback and I need your buy-in that you're going to be here for it and chill and hang out and support it. So this is the experiment stream right now. Let's go. Let's make this a great stream. Let's have a lot of engagement, a lot of people sticking around, and let's get the support going. All right, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, today's Tuesday, last day on Kick for support to count for this week, because that's how they cut it off on Tuesday for some bizarre reason. Don't ask me why, and then you get paid for it later in the week. So if you're watching on Kick today, please support the content. Let's get some kicks going. Let's get some subs going. And for goodness sakes, let's get some gifted subs over on Kick. Let's go. Wow, there you go. I just received a very generous contribution. Let's see. $50 tip from someone who says they would like to remain anonymous. Let's get this up on the leaderboard. First off, and then let's see what they have to say. Thank you so much. First off. Okay. So they're saying, I'm looking forward to your Sagat stream. Is this your first time ever using Sagat, or did you use him in previous iterations of Street Fighter? I have used him in every iteration of Street Fighter I've ever played. I've never avoided using Sagat in any game. In fact, just last year, playing Capcom vs. SNK 2 in that collection I was playing, Sagat is one of my characters that I used from time to time. Not all the time, because actually I'm much better with Blanca than Sagat in that one. But Sagat is a top-tier character in that game. But I mean, going through the history of Street Fighter 2, I played him in all of them that he was available. So you know, Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, Super Turbo, and in fact, old Sagat in Super Turbo is one of the best characters in the entire game. That's the version where you put in a special code and you play as an older version of it that does like double damage and faster fireballs. Street Fighter Alpha series. Sagat was pretty good in most of the games. Sadly, he was not top tier. So I liked using him in the Alpha series, but he just wasn't a top tier character in there. Capcom vs. SNK 1 and 2, he's actually top tier in CVS 2. He's one of the best characters in the whole game. So I did use him there. And then he was never put into the Versus series, which is kind of unfortunate that he never was. He also was not in Street Fighter 3. So he didn't actually return until Street Fighter 4, where he was top tier in the first season, which was called Vanilla Street Fighter 4. He was literally a top tier character, the best in the game, okay? Then they nerfed him because he was so overpowered in that vanilla season. They decided to nerf him and make him not as good in the future seasons, so he kind of dropped and people didn't use him as much anymore. In Street Fighter 5, they added him as a DLC character, and he was good, but again, I don't believe that he was top tier. And now in Street Fighter 6, people say he's around mid-tier. So I've used him in every game that he's been in, and I know how to play him. He's different in every version. In this version, he's going to be implementing Drive Rush, and I don't know how Sagat would implement Drive Rush. Like, what's his good normals? What combos can he do? That's the kind of stuff that we need to learn today together. So this should be fun. This should be a fun stream for sure. Let's see here. I received a $2 tip. Someone says, any advice for keeping cool during Street Fighter 6? How can someone attain mastery of a neutral like yours? You're among one of the best Honda streamers, in my opinion. It's such a butt-kissing session. That's so false. I'm not one of the best Hondas. I'm not one of the best Honda streamers. And I don't keep my cool usually. I usually blow my stack if something goes wrong, like if there's lag or whatever. So I have no idea what you're talking about, but thanks for the $2 tip. It's the complete polar opposite of reality. Okay. And then Chimchar did a $5 super chat to say something toxic again. You ready? He goes, if you guys are here to enjoy my company, then give me your money. Might be the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard someone say. Yikes, Phil. Yes, because usually what a streamer says is, hey, don't come to my content, don't enjoy it, and by all means, don't support it. Right? That's what I should be saying. I'm the worst streamer on the planet. There's no possible way that you could enjoy the content. Don't support what you like ever in life. Just, in fact, stay away from what you like and don't ever support it, right? What a dunce. Thanks for $5, Chimchar. But he got his attention that he was looking for, so I'm sure he's happy, right? And Taylor, thank you for a $1 super sticker. It's actually 99 pence, which is over $1 American, so we'll count it as $1. Thank you to Taylor for that. It's actually a bucket of popcorn. Yummy. I wonder if anyone actually eats popcorn when they watch me stream. I wonder. Jade says, I hope you play Kim soon. Kim? Who is Kim, Jade? Unless you be Kimberly in the game? Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to play Kimberly. I don't think she's my style of character. She's a hybrid, so she plays somewhat like how Guy used to play in the Alpha series, but she definitely has some different... I don't think I'm ever going to use her. Not my style. Will I add more themes in the jukebox? If you mean in Street Fighter 6, the one thing that I could do is I could add all Sagat's themes to Sagat, because I haven't done that yet. C-Viper only has 2 themes, her modern one and her Street Fighter 4 one, right? But I could add a bunch of the Sagat themes from over the years to Sagat. For now, I've just left it. I haven't really touched the music since last year, because for the most part, I like listening to the new themes or whatever. I don't know if they ever added new music to Street Fighter 6 or not in the last year. I have no clue. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Hollow Knight is in the rotation now. Hollow Knight is a real game in the rotation. It's just that this week is a very short week, so I didn't have time to do anything like twice. So that's why you're not seeing any double games this week, if you didn't notice. I think the only game I'm playing twice is Street Fighter 6, because we're doing Sagat to learn him today, and then tomorrow night we're doing it as a night stream for multiplayer only. But, hold on. Sorry, I told you I got the drip today. It's really bothering me. No, Hollow Knight is a real game that I'm playing as a playthrough, and it continues on Saturday when I come back from my break. It is the daytime stream on Saturday. Yep. Top of the morning to you, Misanthrope Gamer. He says, what are the games in the rotation? So currently, we have Hollow Knight, we have Street Fighter 6, we still have RimWorld, and as of tonight, we're going to do Terminator 2 2D No Fate. I don't know how long we're going to play that game because I've heard it's short. I don't know if we'll finish it like tonight and never play it again, or if we will do another stream or two of it. I also do want to try Dredge as a night stream next week at some point, because I think Dredge could work as a chill game at night. And I want to finish Sharks and Minnows. Oh, I forgot to even mention this. So last night I played an indie game called Sharks and Minnows. We had seen this on Steam last year and added it to my wish list. It's a very unique game. It's kind of a thriller, horror, puzzle. It's hard to categorize, okay? But it very much is an insanely small-time indie game, right? It's only $8. We played it for half an hour. We were laughing our butts off. I died to sharks, eels, giant crabs, shrimp, manta rays, an anglerfish, and I'm sure I died to more. It was funny as heck to die to, like, crustaceans and things. It was like, what is going on? Okay? So, basically, I played it for half an hour. I said, I would love to go back and finish this. I don't know how long it is, but maybe we could do it on another night stream, another random stream. The game dev left a comment on my video. The actual game developer left a comment on the video saying, holy crap, this is surreal. When I was in college, I used to watch your videos on YouTube. And then I took a big break from watching this kind of content. And then I saw you have the interview with Asmongold. I resubscribed to you, and now you're playing my game. I was like, what the hell? What a crazy thing. The thing is, I almost guarantee you, I'm going to start to get more and more messages like this in the future. Because now, guys, I've been around over 17 years as a YouTuber. There's people who have seen me and been a part, watched my content at various times in their life cycles. And now they're all growing up and they're doing stuff. So but we're going to see more people saying stuff like that. Like I knew about you back in the day, or I knew about you in the 2000s. I heard about you, and now here I am, and it's cool to see you, play a game or do something, that's awesome, right? So good stuff. That was a cool thing. So we're probably going to go back and finish the Sharks and Minnows game, although it's probably very short and probably going to be like another half an hour, and we'll be done with it. So right now, the major games in the rotation are Hollow Knight, Street Fighter 6, RimWorld. The indie games in the rotation that we're going to be playing on and off are probably Dredge, Sharks and Minnows, Terminator 2 No Fate. Now, there may be more next week as well. We may check out other games too. Like I said, what I'm looking to do is fill the week because we have Saturday through Wednesday. So 5 days that we need to have content for. Once we hit Thursday the 5th, that's the release of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. And then Friday the 8th will be my marathon. Friday the 6th is my marathon. And then the next week, we got 2 new games coming out. So we're going to be good once we hit that kind of second week of February. All right? Yeah, Jade, like I've said, I just don't think people care enough about Call of Duty to really bother with it. I got all this equipment and stuff to play first-person shooters, to try to play them better, and people didn't care. Every time I've tried to bring back Call of Duty, people just didn't really care. Let me put it this way. I would be okay with giving Call of Duty one stream next week to see if people will show up for it. Whether it's a day or night stream, I don't know. I would give it like a daytime slot one day and see if people show up for it. But we tried it multiple times and it didn't work. So if it doesn't work again, there's not much I could do about that. I just don't think people are into Call of Duty. This one is just not very good. Okay. Someone tipped $1.50. It says, have you considered charging people for skins or music in Street Fighter 6? No. Thanks for $1. Okay. Someone tipped $1, says, just don't add the Street Fighter 1 Sagat theme. It's literally horror upon your ears. To be fair, Street Fighter 1 is not that great to begin with. Yeah, Street Fighter 1, quite frankly, is not very good at all. It was not even a competitive game. It was a game where it was meant to be you against the computer. And it was the first actual, fighting game of that style ever. The controls were terrible. The graphics were not that good. The music was awful. It was all the sound effects in that game. And even there were voices in the game, but they basically sounded like this.
Congratulations! But remember, there are more powerful challengers to be found all over the world.
It literally sounded like that. Why did they even put a voice in the game? If it sounds that bad, why the hell is it in there? What happened? So yeah, I'm shocked that they even put the Street Fighter 1 Sagat theme in Street Fighter 6. That's pretty bad. Did it sound good? That's exactly how it sounded? All right, I guess I did good. See? I love this Roland Bridgecast. This thing, I've been using it a lot. The voice changer and everything is working good. I think we'll have all of Sagat's skins, Jade, because when you get Season 3, I think you get all the content. And I bought the more expensive version of Season 3. So I think that we got all the outfits. So we should have all the colors, all the outfits unlocked for Sagat. We'll see today, but we should have them, yes. All right. So here's the topics that I covered, just so everyone knows. So number 1, tomorrow on the morning show, we'll be doing my Game of the Year awards. It's not going to be a long, formal segment. I'm going to talk about 8 games that I liked in 2025 and tell you why. And so that'll be done, and people will be able to reference it if they want to know what my favorite games were. Don't ask me why anyone wouldn't know, but people are asking for it. I'm going to give that to you tomorrow, okay? This stream is an experimental stream to see if doing Street Fighter 6 as a daytime stream works. If it does, then I'm going to play more Street Fighter 6 as a day stream next week to get more, practice in, to get some characters to higher ranked master, stuff like that. So please stick around, engage, and support this stream. Okay? Next week, exciting stuff where we'll be balancing a whole bunch of games. And I hope that you guys will be there for it. It's a very long streaming week for me. All right, so that'll be fun. And the marathon is going to be on Friday the 6th of February. And it is somewhat going to have a Super Bowl / American football theme with Seahawks being the focus. I'm going to have blue and green lights in the background, and I'm going to basically wear football jerseys all day, but it's going to be more of a variety day where we play a whole bunch of games, kind of like an extended tryouts day where we just try stuff willy-nilly on the fly. I'll be drinking. I'm probably going to have, like, healthy tailgating food that my wife is going to make. So it's going to be a fun marathon on February 6th. That's 1 week from this Friday, okay? And I think that pretty much covers it all. I think that covers all the topics that I wanted to talk about. So let's do just a little bit of Q&A before we start with Street Fighter 6. Tag me in either chat. And let's see what you guys want to talk about. Big Mac says, I'm excited. No, I'm glad you started playing Terminator 2D. Yeah, I did, and it was very fun last night. Don't get me wrong. Like, we had a blast with it for the half an hour I played. But in the half an hour I played, we beat like 6 levels. So I get the feeling that we're going to beat it tonight in like an hour. You know? Okay. I love my detractors because they focus on the dumbest shit. They say Phil has small arms, okay? No, Phil has long arms. Do you see how long my forearm is? For some bizarre reason, my forearm is much longer than both my mother and father's forearms. So I have a long, bony forearm here because it's so long. My arm, okay, is not skinny or bony. My arm is muscular, you see? But the forearm is long and skinny. Now, could I focus on my forearms and do all forearm exercises? Yeah, I could, but why do I care? I'd much rather have my actual body be fit and toned and not worry about my little bony forearm. But these idiots focus on this and talk about it like they're obsessed. Like they really are just like autistically infatuated with little nuanced things like, oh, look, he has a bony forearm. Who cares? I'm a gamer. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have to go out there and lift giant concrete blocks all fucking day. I have to lift this controller. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, I can't do it, right? Oh, no, I have to lift the joystick. Oh, my arms are snapping. Oh, I can't do it. Oh. So anyway, yeah, they're so dumb. But do you really think I'm doing forearm exercises? No, I'm doing real exercises. Biceps, triceps, chest, stomach, shoulders, legs, the ones that matter. The ones that you actually need to be like toned and buff and strong. That's what I've exercised for. Eventually, I could do little forearm exercises. I know of them. You could do them, but they're stupid. It's just crazy that I don't know why my forearm is so long. Like my dad's forearm, no lie, goes to about like here. His hand is here. So I don't know why I have a super long forearm for some bizarre reason. I don't know. Weird genetics. Ancestors? I don't know, maybe my ancestors were Dalzims. Long, stretchy arms. Stretch Armstrong. You ever had to stretch Armstrong when you were a kid? Or else Stretch Armstrongs. I don't know. Very weird. Welcome to Hans and Franz. I am Hans. I am Franz. And we are here to pump you up. That was a fun That was Saturday Night Live, right? I think so, a long time ago. Satan, good morning. I already said good morning to you. Did you miss it? Very good. Well, no one's really asking me anything pertinent. You have people asking me about sports, which you know I don't know anything about sports. I can't answer those questions. Yes, I'm actually going to attend many muscle man competitions this year. I'm going to show them my amazing physique that I've worked on. These huge muscles that I have now. I can't wait to get out there and show them off. You know what I mean? Like, yes. I'm just going to put everyone to shame out there. What you do is you go on stage, okay? And the competition hasn't even started yet. You just take your shirt off. And you immediately just do the pose. You're going to go like this. You push. Ooh! You just show your physique off. You're like, ooh! And what happens is you just embarrass everyone else that's there so badly. They just leave. They're like, nah, we can't even stand. We can't compete with this guy. And they just leave the building. So you're just there standing by yourself. As it should be. That's how you do it. What do I mean by random super? Random super means that an opponent doesn't really know what they're doing, and it's a move of desperation, notably at the end of a round, when the opponent really needs a huge comeback. So let's say they have 3 meters stocked. They'll just do a random level 3 super literally out of nowhere, hoping that it hits, because if it doesn't, they're dead. They know they've lost the round, so they're like, oh, there's nothing, to lose here. Now, there's nothing wrong with a random super, except it's embarrassing because 99% of the time it ain't going to hit. But some people just throw it out there. I mean, that was one of the biggest things when I played Street Fighter 4 back in the day, was when in doubt, random super come out. That was the scrub tactic. End of the round, you're about to lose, just do a random super, hopefully it hits and you get out of the situation. What is the worst car I've ever had? Now, the question, I've only owned a few cars in my lifetime, so I've only owned 2. And I leased 2. So the first car that I owned actually was in my name and I bought myself and I paid for was a 2002 Pontiac Grand Am. It looked nice. It drove nice. But it basically was a lemon. I bought it used. It ran for like a year, and then all of a sudden all these problems started to emerge. The brakes were going out. The transmission was going out. So I think what happened was that car had been in an accident and was rebuilt, but they didn't disclose that when I bought it, so I kind of got scammed. Because over the course of me owning that car from like 2000, I'm trying to remember when I got it, like 2003, 2004, I had it for like all the way through to when I got my first BMW, which I think was 2011, 2012. So, I had it for just under 10 years. Over the course of me having that car, I paid for it like 3 times. Like I bought it for like probably like $5,000. $6,000 maybe, and then I paid for it again and again and again with all the repairs I had to keep putting into it. Okay, then I leased 2 BMWs. All right, and then after that, I bought my current car, the Toyota Corolla, and that I've had now for 8 years. I bought it in 2017, so this would be year. I'm entering year 9. No, I'm about to hit 9 years. Yeah, I've had that car for much longer than I thought. So yeah, so that car, I own. I bought it outright, I own it, paid it off, and that car has almost never had a problem. I think so there was the one time when the battery died, and I needed to replace the battery and some spark plugs. And one time there was an issue, the tire had a leak, I got it fixed, then someone stole the tire off of it, which is absolutely ridiculous, that they stole the tire off of it, but they did, and I had to replace the tire. So this car, I basically had almost no problems with at all. So almost a decade I've owned it. And still, like right now, it runs fine. There's no problems with it at all. So I'm going to keep it, for a while more until I have to get another car. Right now it's weird because we're in a state of flux here. Our state is trying to outlaw gas cars, which is ridiculous. They want to have everyone go to electricity, but the grid can't even handle that. So they don't know what they're doing here. Our lawmakers are just complete idiots. So I don't even know, like, when I finally go to get another car eventually, I don't even know what it's going to be. I have no clue what to get. But this has definitely been one of the most dependable vehicles I've ever driven. I've driven other cars, too. For example, in the 1990s, my parents got me a Ford Escort, I drove that for a few months, but then it got into a wreck, so that was the end of that. Then I drove their Ford Taurus for a while. It was a 1992 Ford Taurus, so I drove that around for a while. And that car was a dependable car, but it was old by the time that I was driving it. You know, it was already like almost 10 years old, so it had all issues. It was like falling apart by the time I had it, but it was all right. It was an okay car. And I've driven a few other vehicles. Like I've had rentals and stuff when I went on trips. Once I drove a Dodge Charger, and I thought the Dodge Charger was awesome. Like I thought it handled well. It was a powerful car, looked really nice. But I don't know. For me, like that's the thing. Like when it came time to buy a car, it's like I could buy a Charger, but do I want to? Like, do I really need to? What do I need it for? It's going to be a big car, harder to park because it's bigger. And out here, all the parking spaces are compact spaces out here because I live in Washington. Everything's green, green, green out here. So I was like, I'm just going to go out there and just get like a modest car. And that's what I've had for the longest time now. Successful streamer. Yes, I change my oil regularly. You're an idiot. You're talking about something that was referenced almost a decade ago. You're a complete moron. Enjoy your ban. Well, I'm totally not autistic. I bring up things from over a decade ago as if they happened yesterday. No, you're banned. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry to hear that you have shit your pants while driving, Dave. You should probably get that fixed or taken care of. Wow. Am I planning on playing with Alex on March 17th? Well, here's the thing. I have him. I bought Season 3. So I have Alex and I can use him. By March 17th, we're talking about 2 months away. Are we all going to still care about Street Fighter 6 or we're going to get burnt out again? I don't know. Like right now, I feel like it's fun because it's fresh because I haven't played it for so long. So it's cool to have modern fighting games back in the rotation, right? It's exciting again. But that's likely because I haven't done it in so long. If we're playing this regularly now for the next 2 months, are we all going to be bored by then? And to be honest, from what I saw of Alex, he doesn't look good. Alex looks like he's a counter hit character, meaning he's the kind of character he's fishing for you to make a mistake and to kind of counter it, which is fine, except that's not the dominant playstyle in Street Fighter 6 at all. Street Fighter 6 is about constant offense in your face to push you to the corner to then do a throw loop minigame. And that's the whole game. It's a simpleton's fighting game. It really is. So his style doesn't fit that archetype. So he's probably not going to be good. I mean, I'm not saying no one will be good with him. I'm saying he ain't going to hang as a top tier unless what we saw was deceptive and he plays differently. He doesn't look very good at all to me. I almost guarantee you he's going to be mid to low tier. Am I going to play the Hollow Knight DLC? Well, the version of Hollow Knight I'm playing is called Void Heart Edition, and I think it has the DLC. So, as long as people show up, engage, and support the Hollow Knight playthrough, I will do whatever content you want. I'll play it as little or as much, as fully or as short-lived as you want. It's up to you, completely. So let's see how it goes starting on Saturday. I'm going to do a full stream of it. Hopefully it goes well. I would love for this to do successfully, just like Silksong did, but I guess we'll have to find out. Am I interested in the Invincible fighting game? I'm at least going to try it. I don't know if I'm going to play it at any length, but I'm going to at least give it a go and see if it's anything fun to play. Speaking of which, if you guys are enjoying today's stream, let's go with some engagement. Let's get some likes on today's stream right now if you're enjoying it. If you're watching this show on demand, please like this video, leave some comments, add to the conversation. The engagement is key for this channel. And if you're having a good time live on stream, let's get some support. Let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some memberships. Let's get some tips. Let's get some kicks. Right now, we have 0 support from Kick today. 0. Not even a troll sub is coming yet on Kick today. Let's go. Would I buy an electric vehicle? You can just install a charger in your garage and save mucho dinero off of not needing the use of gasoline. I think I fill my gas tank once every month and a half. No lie. I don't really care about the cost of gasoline. It really doesn't affect me. I don't drive enough for it to affect me at all. Like, I would have exactly $0 in savings getting an electric car because I don't drive enough. Electric cars benefit people who drive a lot, but drive locally, right? So if you drive a lot locally, because you don't need to go super long distance, so you don't have to charge it, then it's a cost savings over time. For me, they cost more up front, and I'll never get the cost savings because I don't drive. So it's a complete ripoff for me. So if this law does go through and pass and I can't buy a gas car anymore, I'm basically screwed because I'm forced to buy a more expensive car. I'll get zero benefits out of it. No, I've never ridden on a motorcycle. Nope. Do they really? I didn't know that. Someone said electric vehicles actually depreciate double what normal vehicles do. I didn't know that. See, the thing is with electric vehicles, okay, the technology is still considered emerging tech, meaning the technology keeps advancing at a rapid rate. When you buy an electric vehicle today, in 5 years, it may have advanced so much, you're right, your vehicle is completely outdated. No one would want it because the newer electric vehicle is so much better. Why would you ever want to buy a used? As opposed to a gas car, this technology has been refined, advanced, and a car you buy today isn't going to be that much different from a car you buy in 5 years. So in that regard, you could buy a used vehicle and it's pretty much equivalent. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a smart move that I just lease one then. Because why on earth, why would I want to buy the electric car that then has no resale value after the fact, right? You got a Toyota ad? That's crazy. I wonder if that will actually happen. Eventually, AI will catch the things that are going on in a stream or video. Like, it'll hear me say Toyota Corolla and then actually play you guys a Toyota Corolla ad. That would be pretty nuts if it actually advances that much. I wonder. Wow. Yak Almighty says, electric cars depreciate over 50% within the first year. They are only worth leasing. Wow. Yikes. That is terrible. Jade, yeah, sorry, Jasper was actually in the office yesterday, but he was all over the place, and he did not really stick around too long, so he didn't even get on camera yesterday. So we probably won't see him again till next week. Yeah, I want you to think about how dumb this is, right? I live in the state of Washington, and again, the government here is so living in an alternate reality. Don't look at the facts, but instead just, the feel goods, right? So the feel good is we want it all to be electric cars because we want to help the environment. We don't want to have any gas anymore. So we're going to make a law that says you have to own an electric car. Okay, great. But what about the repercussions of that? What about every single person every day having to plug their car into the electric grid? Have you prepared for that? Well, let me tell you this. Every winter when it gets really cold, particularly if we end up getting like a cold snap with like a lot of snow or whatever, we get an alert. Emergency alert. You must conserve energy. Unplug things you're not using. Turn your lights down. Turn your heat down. Even though it's the middle of winter, we need to conserve energy because the grid is at risk. The grid is being maximized right now. Now, wait a minute. The grid is being maximized and you haven't passed the law yet saying that we need the electric cars. If this passes and now goes into effect and we all need electric cars, how the F is the grid going to support it? It can't support what we have now. But this is the problem with the lawmakers we have out here. They don't think factually. They think with emotions. Oh, well, I really want to do something good for the environment. Okay, but can you actually do it without crippling your state? You idiots. And then they just pass it. Well, we'll just pass it. Well, then we have to deal with the repercussions, right? The normal people are the ones who are going to have no electricity. We're going to have to buy the electric car that now you can't power. Like, we're the ones who are going to get stuck with the problems because you're an idiot in power who wants to feel good. Oh, when I was in office, I passed a law that helps the environment. Yeah, but you destroyed everyone who lives in your state, you idiot. It drives me nuts. Run for state legislature? I think I will. Do I have your vote? Will you be my constituent? Damn straight. And let me tell you something. When I am the governor of Washington, my office will have RGBs just like this. I will broadcast from my office, from the office of the governor, and we'll have RGBs and we will have Roland Bridgecast background music every day when I address the state. Damn straight. It will be very entertaining. That's true. That's absolutely true. Someone just said asking for contributions and donations isn't frowned upon because you could use them for the campaign. See all the experience I have in doing it? So now, is there anyone more appropriate? Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Very nice. Sounds like a plan. Well, Billy, things have changed. He says, it may not be a great idea with a dossier floating around getting you banned from things. First of all, that was 5 years ago, and that was at the height of the woke movement. Things have changed now. Seriously, though, everything has changed since then. I mean, Donald Trump is president again. If Donald Trump, who has a dossier 10 times bigger than me, could be president, I'm pretty sure I could be governor. Just saying. Let's go. All right. Shall we get set up and get started with Street Fighter now? Did we have a nice, fun, chill hour? I did. I thought that was a good hour of just chill fun. I hope that everyone enjoyed it. I hope that people watching on demand, you get something out of it. I know that this series will never do good view numbers. It's not meant to. It's just a hangout session before we play games. Okay. Good stuff. I hope you all enjoyed. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be interesting because tomorrow I'm actually going to count down my favorite games of 2025 on this show. So there you go. All right. Thanks, everyone.